everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Romo's Cowboys going up against Ryan's Falcons. So with that, we'll send you out to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, home of the Dirty Birds, where we bring in the two men who will call the action. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Larry. From the home of the Falcons since 1992, there's a look inside the Georgia Dome, just on the outskirts of downtown Atlanta. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Partner, I know you call the play-by-play, but you know your ball. If I throw these numbers at you, all right, 6 yards shy of 2,000 of total yards from scrimmage for a rookie running back. What do you think?
Sounds like me in high school.
Sounds like you doing it, right?
It's really fascinating in what he was able to do. The thing for me, though, he did that as a rookie. Where do you go from here? I mean, can you keep going up from those numbers your sophomore campaign?
I think that you can. He's had examples of that preceding him in the NFL. Some guys who are in the Hall of Fame right now. Remember, he had 16 total touchdowns because it's not just his ability to run it. He can catch it out of the backfield as well. No one plays harder than this guy does, down in and down out. I think he's just going to keep getting better.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Really tough drive, but that run help salvage something there, because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
Here's Romo now on second down. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. They'll let their receiver run it out of the Wildcat. On the move to his left. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it a second down. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Shift together here from the D-line. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And for Coleman, if you combine the rushing and receiving yards, close to 1,000 last year. He had 8 touchdowns as well. It was just really a great 1-2 combo with Devontae Freeman. An
outstanding one, and just think, if he's on just about any other NFL team, he's probably the lead running back. And Devontae Freeman gets the bulk of the carries. But Coleman, when he does get his hands on the football, he really produces a big way, speaking of the numbers you just gave.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Now Ryan on first down. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And Brandon, I think Mohamed Sanu had a nice career while he was in Cincinnati, but he really elevated 2016 in Atlanta. The most catches for himself in a single season.
59 of them, 4 touchdowns. Really a nice compliment to Julio Jones, and he was a nice compliment in Cincinnati. I don't want to say he's not a number 1 receiver, but he plays that number 2 slot well, doesn't he?
He does, and I think it's because of his versatility. He can play in the slot. He can play out wide. They can use him as a wildcat quarterback. He has thrown passes in the NFL. In fact, going back to his days at Rutgers, I think he threw 18 passes while he was at Rutgers. So you never know what you're going to get when Mohamed Sanu has his hands on the football.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Here's the offense, and we talk about the tight end, Jacob Tamme.
A lot of people thought of him as simply a safety valve receiver. He can be a primary receiver. Jacob Tamme shows better athleticism than what people expect.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. On second down, here's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. Over 1,400 yards last year for Jones. Just 6 touchdowns, but, you know, of course, he had the big 300-yard game. However, when he was blanketed with coverage, he always opens things up for other guys, doesn't he?
He does, and that's what's benefited Atlanta's offense. Other guys were able to step up. In 2016, Mohamed Sanu stepped up and had his best year as a pro. Austin Hooper, as a young tight end, really developed down the stretch. And Taylor Gabriel, who had come over as a free agent from Cleveland, he really flourished, actually led the team in touchdown catches. But there's only one Julio Jones, and you want to get the ball to him as much as possible.
Red zone opportunity. Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. And now the defense for Dallas.
Sean Lee is a linebacker.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down, Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Jacob Tamme, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
clock at 3. We'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Bryant's got it over the middle. A glance back at 2016 for Dez Bryant. 50 receptions, under 800 yards, had 8 touchdowns. What do you make of the season that Dez had?
Well, remember, it started with Dez injured, so it took a little while for him to get started. I'm going to make a bold prediction for you. Would not shock me at all if he doubled his catch number next year and darn near doubled his receiving yardage total. Because if he's healthy all year long, they're going to want to take some pressure off of the run game themselves, and Dak Prescott in his second season should be that much more confident throwing it downfield.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They come up in an offset eye. Romo finding time. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Jason Witten, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Back to the air they go. Romo, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Brooks Reed able to drop him for a loss of 4. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. Fake the give to Elliott. Now Romo. He's got time. Now he'll throw deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Halfback sent in motion. On 4th down, Romo. He's going to take another shot here. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. And here now come the Falcons. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Barry Church, the strong safety, the one to get him down. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. This time, Ryan will throw. That is incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down. I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. On 3rd down, Ryan. And that's caught by Tammy. 9 yards on the play and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. And when you watch Devontae Freeman run the football, you can almost close your eyes and hear him running the football, can't you? Because people just scatter. I mean, you know, when he goes through a pile, it moves in a positive direction for him. I just love how hard he plays the game.
1,000-yard season. He had 11 touchdowns last year. In March, 25 years old. So he's kind of hitting that sweet spot for a running back, isn't he?
He really is. And I still remember the evaluation of him coming out of college. He does everything well, but you weren't sure he had a dominant trait. Well, wrong about that. He's dominant just about everything he does, and I think that he's going to continue to elevate his game and seek a third Pro Bowl in 2017.
Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield.
Hey, let's go.
They're going to give it to him running right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
From the gun on third down, Ryan connects with Sanu right side. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So on fourth down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Gun! Here we go!
Romo gives to Elliott. And he'll get this one up to the 26. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here's Romo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Here we go. White 18.
They are going for it. Now Romo hit, and he loses the football. He had it jarred out. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play.
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. One receiver left, two to the right. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. Now Ryan on second down. Backing up. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
Get up!
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. Deep drop. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And the kick for the 41-year-old is up and good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One receiver left, two to the right. They go play action here on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be first down Atlanta.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Offense comes to the line now, first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time, but the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. He'll get the football here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game. One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Hey, let's go. Get up. Check it backer. Ready, like 25.
Coleman. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Hey, check. Ready. Hey, let's go. Yeah, like 25.
Time running out here on the play clock. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
I don't know about you.
Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. This will be caught at about the 6. 1 yard is the gain there. It'll bring up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Hey, let's go.
6 yards still to go here on 2nd and goal. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll try and run. Freeman. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
So on 4th down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. The play clock's running down. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They come up in an offset eye. On 2nd down, Elliott. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. It's a pickup of 14 there. And the Cowboys are going to get a 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And a short gain here, down to the 22. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Romo now to throw it. Complete to Jason Witten. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now it's Romo. And Dez has got it. Dez Bryant for the Cowboy touchdown. Dez Bryant from 3 yards out. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
Check. Gun. 13.
Romo going to throw for it. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a two-point conversion to tie. And a good job here by the Falcons, their hands team, able to recover it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock.
Kill, turn up. There we go.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. So third and inches, trying to pick it up the middle. He had nowhere to go, tackled for a loss.
And you know how we talk about double A-gap pressure, meaning linebackers going in the gap between the center and the guard on either side? Well, it's not always to get to the passer. Sometimes you do that to prevent a running play. Worked pretty well in that situation.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a two-score game. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary, something crazy here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Brandon, this will be a great win for them. The better team's going to win this game, no question about it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And now they're in the hurry-up.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Desmond Trufant, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head out here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described.
And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
That was a good, strong run there. And while it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this